Advancing the Localization Agenda project by LHI through Refugees TV and Stories Worldwide, RTSW. Refugees TV and Stories Worldwide, or RTSW, is the digital media arm of Let's Help International, LHI. Recognized by UNHCR and published on the Global Compact on Refugees platform, LHI's commitment aims at advancing localization agenda. RTSW aims to amplify refugee voices and advance the localization agenda by fostering meaningful engagement and building inclusive solutions for global displacement challenges. The localization agenda shifts leadership and resources to local actors, crucial in refugee contexts. Despite growing international focus, power imbalances persist. RTSW bridges this gap by empowering refugees to share their stories and advocate for local leadership in humanitarian responses. RTSW empowers refugees and local actors through media, fostering collaboration among international organizations and communities. It envisions a humanitarian system where refugees lead responses to their challenges, with international bodies playing supportive roles for a sustainable future. RTSW produces documentaries and interviews showcasing refugee experiences, offers media training, and advocates for locally led initiatives. It facilitates discussions and supports community media platforms, promoting equitable partnerships and policy influence to enhance local decision-making power. RTSW's Advancing Localization Agenda project transforms the humanitarian system by elevating refugee voices. Through media, advocacy, and engagement, RTSW ensures responses are inclusive, equitable, and sustainable, reshaping global approaches to displacement and localization.
Hello everyone, my name is Festo Ndoezu. I am really pleased to be here. Today we have a very good and wonderful opportunity together with our brother, Mr. Aloro Paul from Uganda. He's going to be taking us through localization agenda, challenges, opportunities, and some other insights. So we are really pleased to have him here today. So let us give him time to introduce himself, also to greet our audiences from all over the world you are. So we also have to thank you so much for being following up and also following our broadcast. Thank you so much, Mr. Aloro Paul. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much, the moderator. I'm Aloro Paul, a refugee from Uganda. I'm also at the same time the executive director for African Youth Community Empowerment. We're based in Rhino Camp, and I'm the West Nile coordinator for RELON refugee network. That is RELON. I'm the coordinator for West Nile. I'm very excited today to join you guys and to also elaborate more on the issues of the localization agenda. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Paul. We would like you to keep your video on so that our audience can keep seeing you. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, Mr. Paul, it is really now a pleasure to meet you, and also people are glad to see you. So some people do not understand the refugee challenges or refugee lives, especially for refugees who live in refugee camps. So, Mr. Paul, can you really tell us a bit more about your organization? What is your organization doing there on the ground in Uganda, and really how you are supporting the community? Thank you so much.
Advancing the Localization Agenda project by LHI through Refugees TV and Stories Worldwide, RTSW. Refugees TV and Stories Worldwide, or RTSW, is the digital media arm of Let's Help International, LHI. Recognized by UNHCR and published on the Global Compact on Refugees platform, LHI's commitment aims at advancing localization agenda. RTSW aims to amplify refugee voices and advance the localization agenda by fostering meaningful engagement and building inclusive solutions for global displacement challenges. The localization agenda shifts leadership and resources to local actors, crucial in refugee contexts. Despite growing international focus, power imbalances persist. RTSW bridges this gap by empowering refugees to share their stories and advocate for local leadership in humanitarian responses. RTSW empowers refugees and local actors through media, fostering collaboration among international organizations and communities. It envisions a humanitarian system where refugees lead responses to their challenges, with international bodies playing supportive roles for a sustainable future. RTSW produces documentaries and interviews showcasing refugee experiences, offers media training, and advocates for locally led initiatives. It facilitates discussions and supports community media platforms, promoting equitable partnerships and policy influence to enhance local decision-making power. RTSW's Advancing Localization Agenda project transforms the humanitarian system by elevating refugee voices. Through media, advocacy, and engagement, RTSW ensures responses are inclusive, equitable, and sustainable, reshaping global approaches to displacement and localization.
Yeah, sorry for that. We lost Paul for a little bit, but tonight is President.
Sorry for that. Also, we had some challenges.
It's okay. Yeah, so you can go ahead then and also let us know about how is your organization doing the great work there in the settlement. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. What our organization do in the settlement, we are doing advocacy, livelihood. Then we have also media programs that is supporting the community. We are locally based in the settlement, and we are seated in the settlement. For us, we decided to stay in the settlement because we know the issues of our communities doesn't need us to stay in Kampala, Arua, or wherever. That's why we decide to settle in the settlement and to support our people where they need our support, immediate support. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Paul. People who are very far, who really are not in Uganda or in refugee camps, or people who are not refugees, cannot really understand the challenges refugees face. So we would like really for you to go through the challenges which that refugees face, and also to try to talk about localization agenda. What is a localization agenda? And how is the localization agenda going really to support in the decrease of those challenges that refugees face? Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, moderator. I wanted to say, refugees have a lot of challenges in the community, but those challenges, it needs us to be informed to support. Now, of recent, there are refugees that are phased out from assistance and they are not getting food. They were being removed off from receiving ratio. And it became challenging to them, like refugees who are staying within the settlement, to access or to get food. It is really hard for them. And for us as local partner that is based in the settlement, what we are doing is to really encourage them to have this coexistence with the local people or the hosts that are around here, so that they can be really helped by with the land for them to produce some food stuff to support their families. Two, refugees in the settlement, really it is very challenging for them to like scholarships there are this age limit that affects the refugees, basically in the settlements. Refugees are really having a lot of challenges, age limit and the policies that they really affects the refugees in going for scholarships. Here, if you're 30 years, 30 above, you don't access other scholarships, opportunities that comes in the settlement. And we are really pushing for it that the policies should be changed so that we, the refugees or other refugees that are down there, should access the scholarships and other things that comes for them. Then thirdly, we have really a big challenge of uh, like I said, the policies are hindering us and are really giving us hard time to work, like refugees to operate. It is good for us to operate in free country. Uganda is a free country where people really have freedom of movement. Refugees can stay in towns without any problems. You can move from one city to another, but we have really some policies that are not uh, working well, like the human rights, the refugee rights are not put into the right ways, according to me. Then I want you to talk about the localization agenda. Yeah, localization agenda has come. It has come to stay. But we, as the local partners, like the refugee-led organizations and other organizations that are on ground, if you don't prepare ourselves properly, these localizations will not be into us. We cannot benefit in this localization. Why do I say so? See, we are having organizations in the community that are capable, but they don't have offices, they don't have physical locations, and they don't have the structure of the organization, and the policies that govern that organization is not there. See, will really not work well when we are really coping up with the localization agenda. Secondly, there's a great change that I've seen already as a refugee-led organization team lead for West Nile. I have seen that the really partners are trying to change the idea of where they say we are not capable of doing it. Now they have come into their sense where they're saying these people are capable of doing it, but we need to work together. Like in Rhino Camp, particularly currently, what they do, they always attach NGOs that have anything to do with the community. They have to engage one local partner to work with them so that they can help in identifying the issues, solving their issues. See, and really is going to be a great one for us, and we are going to work together. And this localization agenda is really coming to stay. According to me, it's not going to go away, but we need to prepare our houses or our offices. Let's prepare ourselves as local partners to welcome the localization agenda. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. You are talking about one of the challenges refugee-led organizations or community-based organizations may face. It is some kind of capacity, or is it correct?
Yeah, you see, capacity strengthening, we don't say we are lacking capacity, but we have the capacity. We need to strengthen our capacity. These NGOs, these international partners should come in and strengthen our capacity. For now, if I will give an example, if you give, let me say, international partner 1 million, 1 million to do an activity in the settlement, they say this money is not enough. But give this 1 million to local partner or any refugee-led organization that is in the settlement. They can at least do an activity or dialogue or awareness on that day. See, but we need really to push for this agenda that localization is here to stay, and we need to really prepare ourselves. And we are not here to fight the international partners. We are not here to compete, but we are here to work together as partners. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Paul. We are really happy to hear that at least you are advocating for refugees, local actors, community-based organizations, in order for them to really tackle the challenges they may meet in order to really achieve the localization agenda, which is the shift of power from international actors to local actors. I hope that is not to say that now the international actors are going to move away, but they are going to work closely together with local actors to make sure that their capacity is strengthened in order to keep the sustainability of the projects on the ground. Because as you know, when you implement the project, the first thing to look at is just the sustainability. How will this project keep continuing even though when there is not still funding, even though when I'm not still there? How is this project going to be sustainable? So thank you so much, Mr. Paul, for the good work of advocacy and also different projects that you are doing on the ground in the Rhino Camp in Kampala. So thank you so much. Here we are welcoming people in our comments so that if the people are really interested in also joining us in the studio to say something, to really to tell us something, or to have like a supplement in our broadcast, so they can join in a comment through using that link, so that they can also join us in the studio, or they can comment in the comment box on our YouTube channel, so that we can get their comments and then answer their concerns. Thank you so much, Mr. Paul. And as we are still here together, I would like you, Dide, to tell something to international organizations. What is really your request to international organizations and governments as well? Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think what I wanted to tell the international partners and the government itself, like I said, we are not here to fight, but we are here to work together with partners and the international partners and the government. What I want to tell the government is, you see, the policies should be changed. We are not saying changing of policies completely, but should be adjusted to the refugees' needs. In the Act of Refugee, in the Refugee Act, we have some reasonable policies that are working well with the government here in Uganda. But we have some policies like funding policies that affects the refugee-led organization networks, or the CBOs, the community-based organizations in West Nile or in Uganda generally. You see, there are policies where they say international partner will put a call for proposal. After putting the call for proposal, the policy that they put there, you should be at least having 5 years experience working, implementing an activity. And this local partner was not getting any funds previously. You know, these are community-based organizations and refugee-led organizations. They don't have funds. But what they get is their subscription fee from the members to support the community and to make the office run. See? And for me, I'm thinking of let them first put the policies, at least to bring up some policies where it says you can apply, but we can give you some half of the grants, and to see how you will work on it. We'll have piloting project with you if you will implement it very well, and we can give you more grants. That works well. But if you say this, you need to be having 10 years experience as an organization running at this activity, it is not easy for us as the local partners on ground. And two, they should also think about how, you know, they give funds that are fixed funds, where you cannot have operational budgets on those funds and other things that will support the office, or they will put funds where you can pay only one staff, and their funds are not going more than $100, $100,000. Like for example, UNICEF gave 7 organizations in West Nile funds. They gave like $12,000. You see, 12,000 US dollars for the whole year. If you give this money to international partner, do you think this international partner will operate with that money? See, if you give 100 million to an international partner, it will reach on ground like 5 million. But if you give 5 million to an local partner on the ground, that local partner will implement like 3 or 4 activities in the settlement, and it will work well. That is what I want to say. We are not here to fight, but we are here to discuss and see our policies are amended. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Paul. Yeah, it has been being seen that, for instance, when the local actors is given some funding, it can do really a very good work, comparing to the resources available, because they are the local actors, they are the ones to know really the situation on the ground. That's why UNHCR, international organizations, started with this movement of localization agenda. So thank you so much indeed for being together with us today. I don't know if you still have something to share with the audience for now. And also, you can even have your time to greet other people, friends, so, or to encourage the other local actors, refugee-led organizations here before we close this podcast. So thank you so much. Please have your time.
Okay, thank you. What I wanted to just say to my fellow partners, that we need to really work hard and put ourselves in the right track, and make sure we are really ready to implement and to work with the localization agenda in our communities. And we can't keep waiting for the localization agenda to come down. It is already on the ways and it has already started. We need to start some activities, whether voluntary or with that funds or without funds, so that we can really run our activities. The localization agenda will come when we are ready, prepared. Please, I love to see you all in humanitarian hands to support our communities. It is our people. We need to support them, and we really need to give time for our people that we are serving in the communities. Thank you. My dear listeners who are listening outside, please, I'll be very glad that next time I will still come back to this podcast to talk more about us refugees that in the settlements. Thank you for hosting me today. I will be glad to be back in the station one day to also share my view in other topics. Thank you. May God bless you all.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Paul. It was really a pleasure to be here, and I hope that people will be blessed just because of your insights today on localization agenda. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, dear listeners. And this is the end of our podcast today. You may be there and having some comments, some requests, or wish to become our guest of next time. So please go at the website of RTSW and make sure that you submit in the form which is there, where it's written become our guest. You can also see it in our YouTube channel's comment. So thank you so much indeed for taking this time to be with us today. May God bless you. Thank you.